Hello everybody and welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams. My name is Tandra and today we're going to do our monthly tarot pick-a-pile reading. This is for July of 2021 and so this is going to give you an idea of what general energies you might feel, what different things, situations you might be dealing with, or some things you might look forward to for the month, that kind of thing. We will be looking at our tarot cards. We have Lenormand cards in here. We have our romance oracle deck. We have our charms, our oracle spheres, so you could be thinking of a yes or no type of question. And I also like to do the angel numbers on the monthly readings as well. So the angels can give a chance to give you some extra messages, or you can have some lucky numbers for the month, things like that. So we have lots to get to today. If you're unfamiliar with pick-a-pile readings, basically you go with your gut instinct on whichever pile is drawing you in the most, and that is the one that you watch, because that's the one that should have the right energies for you for the month. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And some people have trouble picking just by piles, so we usually have some sort of object associated with each pile. So pile 1 here has kind of a reddish stone. Pile 2 has the pearly looking stone. And pile 3 has kind of the peach colored stone. Okay, so there's our piles. And we're going to give you a moment or so to reflect on these. And then whichever one is drawing you in the most, whichever one your gut instinct is telling you to watch, that's the one you go to. There will be timestamps in the description, so whenever you are ready to go and see your reading, you can go directly to it. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everybody who has subscribed to the channel, who has given us thumbs up on any of our videos, who has given us comments in the comments section, and who has shared the channel with their friends and family. That's a really biggie. If you could share us, give a link to the channel on all your different social media accounts so other people can get a chance to check out the channel too, that is so useful to us. And just we can't even tell you how much appreciative of that we really are. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and give you a moment or so to reflect on these piles. And then, like I said, when you're ready, you go to the link in the description, and we'll see you at your reading. Hello, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the reddish colored stone, this is your reading for July of 2021. Remember, this is the general energies that you might feel, some of the things you might look forward to, some things that might happen during the month, that kind of thing. We do have our Lenormand cards, our tarot cards, and so forth we're going to be looking at. We also have our romance angel cards here we're going to look at to see what might be going on in the romance department. We've got our charms, we're going to look at those. We've got our oracle spheres, so you could be thinking of your yes or no type of question that you'd like to get an answer to. And we also have our angel numbers that we're going to do. Give the angels a chance to give you any specific special messages for the month. Also, some people like to use those as lucky numbers or important days of the month to look at, or other things like that. So we're going to do that as well. So there's a lot to get to. So let's get started here. Let me move my chair up just a little bit. All right, let's see what we've got. We've got the Ace of Swords. Love that energy. The King of Wands. The Eight of Pentacles. The Three of Swords. The Tower. Oh, interesting. The King of Cups. We have Lady and Lilies. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Seven of Cups. And we have the Magician card. Wow, interesting. Okay, let's also kind of pull your romance card or cards here as well. Because I saw something or a couple things that might deal with romance a little bit. So let's especially with the Romance Tarot here and so forth. So let's see what cards might have to say here. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Okay. That makes sense with these other cards here that I was, the energy I was seeing here. Okay. We have the Three of Swords energy, which often will denote some sort of heartache in love, or at least not feeling like something may not have gone quite your way. I definitely equated it with love life in this instance. Sometimes it doesn't pertain to that. But in this case, when I saw it, that was where I was drawn to first. So let's talk about your love life first. Let's go there. We do have these Romance Tarot cards here that we pulled. And what I'm kind of seeing for the month is actually a pretty decent month as far as your love life goes. For those of you who are not in a relationship, and I do feel like several of you have had some rough times in relationships recently, or you're not feeling very confident about relationships. There's been some heartache kind of running through the general collective for the pile. I'm kind of feeling, for those of you who are at least single, that's kind of the energies I'm kind of feeling here a little bit with that. But what I'm getting for the month of July is that you've got some changes coming your way, and they're divinely inspired. With the 7 here, you've got possibly you got the Magician card here, which I really like, because it kind of shows that maybe you're manifesting a new, better relationship in your life. Somebody should come into your life that's very intriguing to you and interesting, and helps fulfill your needs emotionally quite a bit. So that's the energy I'm kind of getting here as far as love life goes. Also with the lilies, I'm getting that as well. I just kind of see kind of a nice, somebody who can kind of emotionally fulfill your needs this month. It may not be a lasting relationship. It may not be a fiery, passionate relationship, anything like that, but it's something that will definitely fulfill you. It will make you feel very content and happy and cheerful and so forth. And that's where the worth waiting for, I think, comes in as well. The timing is going to be, just perfect for your love life, before this manifests itself. Also, along with that, for those of you who are in a relationship, I feel like maybe things have been rather rough lately. I get the idea that things have been a little stagnant, a little bit commonplace, maybe kind of same-o, not really anything exciting, that kind of thing, okay? I think for the month of July, I think you're going to settle into a more fulfilling relationship. Maybe, you might get to go to a party or go out on a date night, or spend some time together that you haven't been able to lately, because I feel like you kind of been maybe drifting apart just a little bit, because that was kind of the energy I was getting for the single people as well. So I feel like for those of you that are in a relationship, that might be kind of some of the general energies going on with you. But for the month of July, I get the feeling you're going to settle back into that relationship a little bit more contentedly, a little bit more, like I said, I don't see a lot of big sparks and passionate flames or things like that going on in love relationship for the month, but I see a little bit more of a nice, happy, contented, happy. I think of smiling and kind of a warm feeling, inside. And that's kind of the energy I'm getting. So that was definitely the love part of the month, or at least that's kind of the energies I was kind of feeling with love life for you guys for the month. Now let's see if there's any other messages, because I don't think July is just going to be focused on your love life, although I think that is kind of a bigger focus for a lot of you. I do feel like work might be one of those things that you might spend quite a bit of time doing during the month of July. I think you're working on something very diligently, and very much so. Now, it's interesting how you have the Ace of Swords and the Tower card. The Tower usually denotes some big, quick change, some big, quick movement. But what I'm not seeing that this time for the month. I really don't see the month as having a lot of really huge changes in it. A lot of really big things. I think that's more denoted of maybe some things that have happened in the recent past rather than the month of July. The month of July for me feels like more of a settling in type of month, more of kind of like if you're at a new job, you're finally starting to feel more comfortable with it. You're starting to feel a little bit more. I think your bosses are going to look, down on you with pretty good grace and whatever. I think you're going to be contented with what you're doing at work. You may not be extraordinarily happy with your job, but you're not going to feel, really awful about it either, or dread going every single day or anything like that. That's kind of the way I see the month going as far as that goes. The Tower here, I think, is more of a leftover energy. That your life has gone through some major changes recently, and you've kind of had to change your way of thinking, your way of doing things, the way things are happening. And I think that's true for a good portion of your life, your love life, your work life, and family and everything. I think a lot of things have kind of gone through that, and I think that's what the Tower was representing. Is that now you're able to kind of settle in from those moments just a little bit. July is a little bit more of a settling in month. Is what I'm getting for you guys, which is really interesting. You guys chose the red stone, which is a little bit more of a passionate, fiery type of energy. So it's interesting that you guys are going to settle. It's more. I feel more of a settling in energy for you guys for the month rather than big old passions flowing. I do see with the Ace of Swords, I really do feel like maybe some new sparks of ideas might be coming to you, maybe a little bit of inspiration. With the Lady card here, I kind of get the feeling that maybe somebody older in your life might play a role in helping you get a new perspective on some things. I think their kind of wisdom might kind of flow to you just a little bit during the month as well. Let's look at our charms. Let's see if there's anything, other energies for the month, or other things that you might be dealing with as, besides what we've come up with so far. Sometimes the charms will enhance that for us. So we'll take a look at those. All right. Let's give them a really good mix up here. Okay. Lots of cards. Wow, okay. We got the Ace of Hearts. We got the Ten of Clubs. Okay. We got the Five of Spades. We got the Nine of Clubs. Okay. Interesting. Okay. And we also have the Love. And we have the LU, which made me think of love, like the way some people spell it, L-U-V. Okay. So, we also have the E. I also have the kitty with the heart, and the two coming together make a heart. I really feel like your guys' love life might play a really, or relationships at least, might play a really important role in your life this month. I think you're going to be working on your love relationships a little bit. I think you're going to feel more in love than you have. In the past. There might be new relationships starting with the Ace of Hearts here. You're going to start feeling more fulfilled. It's interesting with the 9 and the 10 of Clubs here. The 10 of Clubs it's a wands card, and sometimes that shows so much of a burden, or carrying off something that's a burden. But sometimes what I see with that card, because it is a 10, tens are kind of a completion energy. They're kind of a finishing off of stuff. And you have the 9 and the 10 here, which kind of shows to me you guys have been working really hard towards something. You've been pushing, let's just say it's your love life, and let's say you don't have somebody. Maybe you've been pushing hard towards feeling better about yourself, getting out of old energies, old protectiveness, some old things like that, so that you're trying to release some of that so that you can start anew and afresh and have a new thing going. Or if you're in a relationship that, like I said, was kind of getting same old stuff like that, I feel like maybe you're in the energy of kind of changing that up a little bit and kind of working on that. And it's been a work in progress. It's been something you've been working towards. It's been something you've been wanting to do. That's the energies I'm getting from that. I do love the shooting star here, because to me that shows the wonderful joyous energy of like wishing upon a star, getting back to kind of, more wish fulfilling kind of energies, rather than, looking at the divine universe to let things happen for you kind of magically. We did have the willpower, and I think that might be important for some of you guys, because maybe you guys have been, like I said, you've been working on something very hard. You've been working towards changing up your perspective on things and how you look at things and how you deal with things and all that. And it takes a lot of willpower not to revert back to old habits and old thoughts and old things. And so that is, something you're kind of be working with this month, is the willpower, is not to revert back to that old way of thinking and the old ideas. You do have the bulldog and the owl, which is really good. The bulldog is great because he hangs on tight to what he wants, and he doesn't let go. He's got this energy of, I really want that, and I'm going to get it, and I'm small, but I can still get the things that I want because I don't give up. And that's kind of the cool energy that I think is flowing to you guys this month. Also, the owl is a good wise wisdom type of token, and I feel like you guys have gained a lot of wisdom over some things that have happened over the past few months, and maybe even past few years, but past few months especially. I think you guys have learned a lot. I think you've gained a lot of wisdom, and I think you're utilizing that now. I think that's a lot of what the month is going to entail for you guys, is utilizing that. So that's really good. That's awesome. All right, let's take a look at your oracle spheres. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this, basically what we do is we have you ask a yes or no type of question, something you'd like to get an answer to. It's best to kind of limit it in scope if you can. Maybe give it a time limit or some other boundaries to it. Make it a little bit more limited, because it makes it a little easier to get an answer. Then we have 4 different stands. We have the purple, the gold, the blue, and the green. And you pick which stand you would like your answer to appear on, and then we'll get our answers. Okay? So let's go ahead and we do the purple, which is a yes. We do the gold, which is a no. And we do the blue, which is a probable. And we do the green, which is another probable. All right, so we have purple, yes, gold, no, blue, probable, and green, probable. All right, so there's our oracle sphere answers. Now let's go ahead and get our angel numbers. Now, the way these work is similar in that we have 5 different stands, and it's a good idea to pick a stand that the angels will give you a specific number that might tell you something specific that they would like you to look at for the month or pay attention to, or a specific message they're trying to impart to you, something like that. That's a good way to utilize these. But some people will pick more than one stand. Some people will utilize all 5 numbers in different ways. Like I said, some people use them as lucky numbers. Some people will take a specific number. They are 1 through 55, so there's more than the actual days of the month. But if some of the early numbers show up, they might think that those might be a significant day of the month for them, that kind of thing. So there's really no right or wrong way to do this. It's whatever your gut instinct is telling you to do. But what you do is when you have your angel number, there are links in the description to go out to different websites that will tell you what each angel number means, and what the angels might be trying to tell you with that particular number, because each number resonates with its own special meanings and guidance. And this is kind of a cool way for the angels to communicate with us, and I really like using them on the monthly readings. All right, so let's get our numbers here. We've got gold, which is a 4, which right away I can tell you is very much a foundation, family, home life kind of energy. Number 2, bronze, is 49. Number 3, gray, is 33. Lots of 3s with that one. Number 4, green, is 34. And number 5, blue, is 27. All right, so gold's 4, bronze is 49, gray is 33, green's 34, and blue is 27. So there's your angel numbers for the month. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys watching the reading. I hope there was some messages here that's going to help you and inspire you for the month. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up. Share the channel with your friends and family. If you can put a link on the social media accounts that you have, that's the easiest, best way for them to check the channel out, and it's very useful. Also, check out our other videos on the channel. We have lots of timeless tarot readings on lots of topics, so those might be of interest to you to check out as well. We do put out videos every week, so we look forward to seeing you again in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose kind of the white pearly colored stone here. Remember, this is for July of 2021. So this is the general energies you might be feeling, some things that you might look forward to for the month, some things that might happen or that you might deal with for the month. We have our Lenormand cards and our tarot cards we're going to look at. We also have our romance angel cards, so we can look at a little bit what might be going on in your love life for the month. We have our charms we're going to do. We also have our oracle spheres, so you can be thinking of your yes or no type of question that you can get an answer to. We also have our angel numbers that we're going to do. I like to do those for the monthly readings, where basically the angels will give you some messages through some numbers. There are things that they would like you to look at or possibly focus on, or, maybe just, a special message for you or something specific for you to look at there. Or some people use them as lucky numbers for the month, or as specific dates that might mean something special for the month. So different things with that going on as well. So we'll get to that later on in the reading. All right, so let's take a look at what we've got going here. We've got the 9 of Cups. We got the Princess of Pentacles. We got the 4 of Swords. We got the 6 of Swords. We got the 3 of Wands. Interesting. The 9 of Cups again. Wow. We have the Snake and the Heart. We also have the 9 of Coins. We have the 3 of Coins. And the 10 of Cups. Wow. Okay. Phew. All right. Let's get your romance card here too. But wow, this is an interesting. I really feel lots of emotional contentment for the month. Lots of happiness here going on for sure. With the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups, and yeah. Okay, let's see what the romance angel It says here. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of a holiday time together. Wow, that's so cool, because I was just thinking of a trip. I was seeing with the Six of Swords there. It's very possible you guys will be going on some sort of trip this month, which I guess is not unusual. July is a month that a lot of people do take vacations and trips. It's possibly could just be you and your loved one, although I also see for some of you guys this might be your whole family. It might be a family outing, a family vacation. It could be either. It just depends on how. I think for a lot of you it will just be a special loved one. You might just go out together for a few days or a couple of days or a weekend, or go somewhere. I see it near water, which is interesting. I think it's because both of these kind of had a boat going on here, but I think water might have something to do with the trip. Like you might go near a lake or a river or something like that, some sort of, or I'm even seeing like Vegas and going to like the Venetian and going through the canal, boat ride there. So, so even a small bit of water like that might play into it. But that's kind of what I'm seeing, is I think water might be important to the trip for whatever reason. You guys might go on a small boat ride. I know here near us in Cincinnati, there's B&B boats that take people out on the Ohio River, so it might be something like that. Or like I think up in Michigan, you can go out and do paddle boating or other things. So there might be some sort of trip like that. It could even be a cruise. It could be a big major water trip. But I do think water is going to play into it in some way, shape, or form. I think you're going to be near water, or, it could be a lake, river, stream, picnic area. It could be, the ocean. I see it more as a smaller body of water, though, like a lake or a river, something like that. I do feel like for a lot of you, it will just be you and a loved one that you really care about going on this journey. But there is a small number of you that I do feel like a family vacation is also in order, or that you might go out with the whole family somewhere. On just an outing, like a day outing or something, sort of like what's in this Nine of Cups card here. But you notice how with this one, it's not just family, it's like friends and stuff as well. And that's the other thing I see, is I think another important thing for the month is I get the feeling you guys are going to maybe get together with family and friends this month. In like an outing. Could be a barbecue, picnic, family reunion, something like that. I know with the recent COVID and other things, a lot of people have not been able to see family. They've not been able to go out and do stuff. It's becoming a little bit more safe for some families to do that, especially if they've all been fully vaccinated. So I do think that a lot of you guys, might be in that situation where you might be able to finally get together with some of your family or spend a little time with them that you haven't done so before. So I think that that's an important thing for the month that's going to happen. I do think you're going to feel very good emotionally this month. I think you're going to feel very powerful. I think you're going to feel good in your energies. I think you're going to feel very close to spirit. I kind of feel that with the snake card here, with the 7 on it, and also with this 3 here. And all. I feel like you guys are going to just feel very contented this month with a lot of things that are happening. It's going to be a little bit more restful, relaxed time. I think you're going to feel a little bit more like you've got things in order. For instance, I'm going to give you an example. This card here, the 4 of Swords, usually is a resting energy, which it kind of is. He worked really hard to put away his nuts for the winter, and now he can just go and pick them up and utilize them. And I feel like you guys are kind of in that energy where you guys have worked really hard. You've done a lot. You've saved up some money. You've done those kinds of things. And now you can relax a little bit more this month. You have a little bit more time for vacation. You have a little bit more time to spend with family. You utilize the resources that you've worked so hard to squirrel away up until this point. You can take some time out to rest and relax and go to fairs, go to parks and recreations and rivers and streams, and like I said, not even necessarily things that are going to cost a lot either, by the way. Some of these things might be just small little day outings that don't even cost a lot to go to, but it's something that will be relaxing and enjoyable for you. It'll be something that you haven't been able to do for a long time. It'll kind of help recharge your energies. It'll help you get a better outlook on things. So I'm just kind of feeling that whole energy for the month of you guys just kind of chilling out a little bit. You're heading towards relaxation. You're being able to spend some time with family and friends, which makes you feel better. Just that whole energy of just enjoying life. I feel like you're going. You feel like you're coming out of a long, hard winter, I guess, is the way I feel for the month. Is it's a little bit more of a relaxation, a little bit more of a joyous time, a little bit more of a calm relaxation, just really enjoyment. That's interesting because pile 1 was kind of a more settled type of reading as well. Different things were happening for them, but it's interesting how July does not seem big, huge turmoil type of energy. That's really interesting because I'm not so sure that astrologers would agree with that, with what's coming up, but or at least what little bit I've been looking at lately on that. So that's interesting that I feel like you guys anyway are going to feel a lot more calm for the month and a lot more settled and enjoying life in general, which is very cool. I really like that. I think you guys are going to feel like you can kind of take stock of things that have happened and feel like you've grown from it. Feel like, things are looking up on the horizon a little bit, that things aren't quite as bad as they've been, stuff like that. That's kind of the energy I feel here going on. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your charms. Maybe there's some other energies or some other things you might be feeling or experiencing during the month. And then we'll look at our oracle spheres and our angel numbers as well. Let's give a really, really good mix up here. Live in the moment. I love that. Because that's really the energy I feel like you guys are going to have a lot of for the, is just enjoying your moment. We do have the dream star, which I really like. So now's a good time for you guys to kind of let your dreams kind of get out there and take time to dream. I love this. We've got the grapes, which just shows that party, that enjoying life, feeling the abundance of life, feeling, that kind of thing. That's the energy I feel there. Maybe even party and wine type of energy. So yeah, we've got that. We've got two kitties here. We have the kind of the Cheshire kitty and the confident kitty. So I feel like you guys are going to feel very good about your life. You're going to feel very good about yourselves. You're going to feel very strong. That kind of thing. So that's kind of a cool. I also have the dragon energy, so you're going to feel once again strong and powerful from that. Also, following your heart is important for the month. So doing what your heart tells you to do, I think would be really good. After all this time, always. So I do think, once again, I think the closeness of your family and friends and other stuff is going to be an important thing for the month. We do have the rooster as well, which is also kind of cocky, kind of struts around and whatever. I think you guys are going to have a really good feeling about life. You're going to feel very like, wow, life is good right now. I feel good about myself. I feel good about my family. I feel proud of myself. That kind of energy. I really feel like that's the energy you have. We do have a KSS, which I think of kiss. When I saw that, so, maybe like I said, just spending time, kisses and hugs with your family and friends, that whole energy is something there. Also, these could be initials. They could spell something else for you. they could mean something else for you. So I like to let the letters kind of speak for themselves for you guys. We have the 8 and 9 of Pentacles, which is great. 8 of Pentacles shows hard work, and I do feel like you guys have worked kind of hard up to this point. And the 9 of Pentacles is kind of reaping from that hard work, and I do feel like that's what the month is all about, that you're going to be able to reap the rewards from the hard work that you've put in so far. I do think you guys have been able to save back some money, do other things that you're going to be able to do some stuff with. So that's really cool. We also have the Jack of Diamonds as well, which to me is kind of a page kind of energy, which, you know, he's kind of the grounded planner of the group a little bit. You know, kind of like the Knight as well, because sometimes, you know, the Jacks I see as knights or pages, kind of either way. And, you know, they're practical, reliable, stoic, steady. And I think you've been that person. I think you have been kind of stoic, steady, the provider kind of person. And so now you're just going to kind of reap the benefits of that. We do have the Pentacle Key as well. So this might be a good financial month for you guys. Lots of things are kind of showing that. We have lots of Pentacle cards. We do have the Princess of Pentacles here, and she's counting her money. You know, once again, she's kind of the page, you know, the planner kind of person. So maybe you're planning your trip out, or planning what to do with your money, or you're reaping some rewards of planning that you've done with your money, like investments or whatnot. You do have the Key of Pentacles here as well. So maybe you're going to make some good financial decisions this month, maybe, or you're going to be dealing with some finances this month. That might be a key thing, which I did say that, you know, a lot of what you've been able to do is, you know, making this trip possible. And so it's very probable that you will be dealing with that some, so that you can afford to do some of the things that we talked about. We do have the Octopus energy, which to me, octopuses mean different things, but one of the things is that they have their hands in several different things at once. And when I was thinking of investments, that's where the octopus kind of came in for me. So I feel like you guys might be kind of putting your hands in several different pies. You might be diversifying a little bit. You might be, you know, doing that kind of thing. You might be, you know, thinking of different ways to earning money, or different ways to do that. So it's kind of something I think some of you guys might focus on for the month as well. So it's something else you guys might be thinking about. Let's go ahead and do our Oracle Spheres. And basically, if you haven't seen these, what it is we ask you to think of a yes or no type of question that you would like to get an answer to. It's a good idea to limit it in scope a little bit. You know, maybe give it a time frame, or make it narrow in some way, because it's easier to get an answer that way. But we have 4 different stands. We have green, blue, gold, and purple. We'd like for you to pick a stand for your answer to appear on, and then we get our answers. The answers are things like yes, no, probable, maybe, not likely, things like that. Those are the types of answers that we get, and we do that. Some people have utilized these in other ways, so if you find ways to do that, that's great as well. So we're just going to go ahead and get our answers here. All right, number 1, green. The answer is very likely. Number 2, blue, is not sure. Number 3, gold, is probable. And number 4, purple, is a yes. All right, so we have green, very likely, blue, not sure, gold, probable, and purple, yes. Now, on the not sure, I always like to say that either, that means one of 2 things. One is the question may not have been very clear, so it was hard to get a good answer. Or some things have to play out first before an answer can be given, because it might change the outcome. So whatever resonates with you on that, if that was your stand. All right, now let's go on and do our angel numbers. And basically these work very similarly in that we have 5 different stands. And we encourage you to pick one for your angel number to appear on. Some people do pick more than one. Some people use all 5 as their lucky numbers for the month. Some people liked some of the numbers to mean a specific day of the month or whatever that might be significant for them. There's really no right or wrong way to do this. It's whatever works best for you. But what happens is we get numbers 1 through 55. We have 5 stands. We have gray, green, blue, gold, and bronze. And basically the angels have an opportunity to talk to you this way. Okay, so you can go out to the website after you get your number, and you can go to the link in the descriptions that will send you to different websites that will tell you what the angel numbers mean. And then you can look at that and find out what the angels might be trying to tell you, or what they might want you to focus on, or that kind of thing. All right, so let's get our numbers. Number 1, gray, is 44. Number 2, green, is 14. Number 3, blue, is 20. Number 4, gold, is 55. And number 5, bronze, is 46. All right, so gray is 44, green is 14, blue is 20, gold is 55, and bronze is 46. So there's your angel numbers for the month. All right, guys, I hope you found some meaning in this reading and some things that might help you out during the month. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the channel with your friends and family. If you could put a link on your social media accounts, that is just so awesome, and we appreciate it so much. Please give us comments in the comments section, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Don't forget to check out our other videos on the channel. We have lots of timeless tarot readings on lots of topics. And we do put out videos every single week, so we look forward to seeing you again in future videos. May the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose kind of the peachy colored stone here, we're going to put that off to the side. Remember, this is a reading for July of 2021. What general energies you might be feeling, things you might be looking forward to, some things that might happen for you during the month, that kind of thing. We do have our Lenormand cards and our tarot cards and things like that we're going to look at for this. We do have our romance angel card we're going to look at. Might have to deal with your romantic life during the month. We have our charms we're going to look at. We also have our oracle spheres. So you can be thinking of your yes or no type of question that you'd like to get an answer to. We also have our angel numbers, which, that way the angels get a chance to send you some special messages for the month and trying to give you an idea of what to focus on. Some people like to use them as lucky numbers for the month. That's one way you can utilize them, or as telling you a special date of the month that might be important to you or something like that as well. So that's something we're going to be doing. All right, so let's get started here and see what kind of things we have going on for the month. We have the Hanged Man, the 7 of Swords, the 8 of Wands, the 4 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, interesting, the Key, 33, the Coffin card, number 8, we have the 7 of Coins, we have the Judgment card, and the 7 of Swords. Wow. Okay. Let's get your romance card here. And see what specific... I see some interesting stuff going on here. Let's see. There's kind of a dual energies going on. I feel like maybe part of the month will be one energy and part of the month might be another, maybe. I'm not sure. But let's see what particular romance card. Okay. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. Okay, I'm going to pick a different card as well, because I feel like there's more to this. I do think children might play a role for some of you guys, or it might be affecting your love life in some way, shape, or form. Maybe dealing with children in that, maybe you have children and they're affecting it, or you want children and that's affecting it. There could be lots of different scenarios as far as that goes. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from the usual type and expectations. Okay, that's interesting to me, and that kind of flows along with some of this other stuff I'm looking at here. I kind of felt like in the romance department especially, and I'm not sure how the children plays into this, and maybe it wasn't even the right card. Maybe that's why I wanted to pick another one, so I don't know. Depends on what resonates with you guys on that, because I'm not even sure this pertains. But this one does. What the feeling I was kind of getting with the reading is at the beginning of the month, and probably for a good portion of the month, maybe, I'm going to try to give you some scenario here, or something that might give you the kind of idea of the energy I'm feeling. I get the idea that love life wise, you guys are going to have a rough month early on, for a week, 2, 3, somewhere in there. Either it's been happening for a while and July just kind of culminates it, or kind of works on it, or it starts happening early in the month and it gets worse throughout the month, and then finally, I feel like a lot of you guys will be in relationships that will finally have a breaking point, or that you've recently broken up, or that you have ended a relationship and you'll be dealing with that during the month because it's fairly new. Okay, that's kind of the energy I'm getting here. That's kind of the idea. Relationship wise, it may be a really hard month for you guys. Okay, I always hate giving news like that, because I always feel like people are going to take that and just go and get really sad and get really depressed and just be really bummed out. And I don't want that for you, because another thing I feel in this thing is that the relationships that have ended or are ending or did end or whatever that I'm discussing here, they weren't the right one for you. And that it's more likely that if you keep an open mind, and if you start looking at what the universe might be offering you. So I get the feeling that maybe some of you guys, your relationships have already ended, and so this isn't a surprise to you. You've been dealing with this already. And so I get the feeling that a lot of you guys, it's not going to end in July. It just already has. And you're just dealing with that energy in July. And that because you've been dealing with this or whatever, you go through a grieving period. You go through where things are really hard and stuff like that. But if you keep an open mind, if you look at things from a different perspective, if you pay attention to what the universe is offering you, I think you have a very good chance of finding somebody that could mean something great for you. You do have the key here, which I love keys in readings. I love having those because, and I'm not sure that the key necessarily deals with your romantic life necessarily, although I will say with the 7 of diamonds on here and the other 7, the 7 of pentacles and other stuff, 7s often denote a spiritual change or they do deal with a change. You have 7s here. You have lots of 7s. You have 2 7 of pentacles. You have the 7 of swords. And you notice here on her 7 of swords, by the way, you notice how she's sitting here alone. She's set up for a dinner party. She's waiting for people to show up. She's expecting something. And I feel like maybe you guys are kind of in that energy where you're kind of getting, we're expecting something to show up in your life. And I do think that you got a really good possibility for that to happen. But I feel like, because he got the Seven of Swords up here as well, you got the Seven of Swords twice. Um, so there's lots of sevens here. And what I'm getting with that is that you're expecting the universe to bring you something, manifest something for you, bring something out there. And I do feel like the universe could do that. And I do feel like they would do that. But I feel like you need to be careful not to be too judgmental, to keep an open mind. The person that might be right for you, or the person that you might be trying to manifest or trying to bring into your life, or you would like to show up in your life, may be different than what you're expecting. Okay, they may look different, they may be different, they may act different. And I think you need to be able to look at things from a different perspective and from a different way than you've been looking at it. Okay, it's time to bury that and put it away and be done with it. So that's kind of the energy I'm getting here with all these sevens and all of that. I also like that you have the key, because the key shows that you can unlock what you want and what is good for you and what is best for you and what's there, because you've got the key. So all you have to do is unlock it. Okay. With the Eight of Wands here, I feel like you're shooting some ideas out into the universe, some things that you want. You're telling the universe a lot of what you would like to have. You are shooting those dreams out there. You're trying to manifest things. You're putting things out into the universe, and you would like the universe to kind of start bringing stuff back to you. And what I'm telling you on that is it can happen, and it could happen, it should happen, it will happen, as long as you are willing to keep an open mind, change your perspective on things, as in, the law of attraction is one that if you are shooting ideas out into the universe of what you want, you have to be careful not to tell it what you don't want. Because if you focus on what you don't want a lot, you're liable to attract that to you as well, because you're focusing on that. So you don't want to do that. But also, the next thing too is don't be super specific about what you're wanting to attract. Let the universe know, okay, you want a new person in your life that can, help complete you or help be with you or be your soulmate, or that you can depend on, or whatever it is that you're trying to do there. And that let the universe know that, but then let them go, because the universe knows what kind of person would be best for you. They know what would work out really well. They know how to bring these things together and do so forth. And so if you just kind of let the universe go with its thing and kind of keep an open mind and look out for what the universe is offering you, and don't turn away when the universe does offer you something, and don't go, well, no, then that can't be it, and be kind of like that. If you are more open to what's going on, I think great things could happen for you for the month, and lots of celebratory stuff. But it really just depends on your attitude. This month's energy is going to have a lot to do with your attitude, on how you think about things and how you look upon the universe and the world and what you've been manifesting and what you'd like to have, and that kind of thing. So that's something that I want you guys to kind of focus on, is how you are looking at the universe, how you are looking at things, how you are trying to manifest things in your life, what you would like to have happen. I do think a big focus of your life might be romantic. There's a few of you that it's possibly more work oriented, but I think so far the reading is very much a romantic one. It's very much a loved one, bringing your soulmate, your partner, your loved one to your life. And so that's a big energy for the month for you guys. If you guys are already in a relationship, because sometimes people, there's a lot of people who watch these, If you're already in a relationship, and so none of this has really resonated with you so far, one of two things could be happening. One is you could expect the relationship to go a certain way, and it hasn't been. Once again, I think you need to open up your mind to different possibilities, because if you don't want to dictate every little thing of how it should work out, you might enjoy it better. Or two, this wasn't the right reading for you, and maybe you need to pick a different pile, because this is coming through so strong that, for those of you that, are dealing with that. If you are in a relationship that's not working out very well, and it's not ending, then maybe the energies that are involved in it are ending for the month, and maybe things will change around and things will turn around for the better, if you change your perspective on how you're dealing with the relationship too. So that's something to think about as well. So it just really depends on your own specific circumstances. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we'll pick our charms here and see what other messages we can get. Sometimes there's some special clarifiers with the charms, or some extra little tips or other things in the charms. So we'll see what else they might have to say for us today. Okay. All right. Well, first of all, we have a BAMD letters. And lots of times with letters, I let them form whatever you guys happen to see out of them, unless I see something. I do see dab here. That might mean taking things a little bit at a time, or dabbing at things. We do have dam, which I think of damming things up, or plugging things up. That might be something that you all need to do this week, or this month, where you kind of plug up holes, help things flow a different direction, that kind of thing, which makes sense with the rest of the reading, so we can kind of go there. We do have some luxurious type stuff, like with the Taurus here. I do see that you guys do need to kind of pamper yourselves a little bit this month of July. I know that's something that maybe you haven't really thought of doing or needing to do, but I really feel like that's important for you guys for this month. I think it's going to help with any kind of attraction that you're trying to create, or other things like that. We do have the beautiful charm here, which to me shows that making yourself feel beautiful, getting dressed in something you particularly like or you think flatters you, doing your hair in a certain way, getting a haircut if you haven't done that in a while and that feels like something that you want to do, getting your nails done, just having somebody just kind of manicure them, treat the cuticles, do other stuff, making you feel nice that way. If you like your nails painted, do that. Whatever makes you feel more beautiful or more attractive to your own self, like what you believe is attractive and what you think makes you attractive. That's what I think is really important for you guys to work on this month. Because I think it will help with that attitude that we were talking about earlier. I think it's going to help your attitude. But also with these letters, I let you guys, sometimes they are initials, sometimes they're beginnings of words, other things will pop into your head when you see the letters. They're D, A, M, and B. So if there's anything you think of, that resonates with you, then that's probably a specific message for you. I do like we have the sun and the moon here. To me, that shows kind of the energies of both the masculine and the feminine, of both light and dark, of both emotions and intellect. And I like that there's that balance there, because I really think that that's something you guys need to work on for the month. And kind of, don't go so far into the emotional aspect of it. A lot of the cards earlier dealt a lot with emotions in a lot of ways, or your thoughts, or how your thoughts were affecting you. And then the emotional outcome from that. So it was kind of a lot of what your thoughts were leading you to, as well as your emotions. And so I think it would be really good if you guys could try to balance that out a little bit this month, a little bit. I think that'll help with the attitude that we were talking about earlier. I did notice you had another 7. It's another 7 of hearts. We were talking about all your 7s earlier, and how they, are affecting you in a lot of ways. 7 is a very spiritual number. I mentioned that earlier, but I didn't really go into it a lot, in that I think relying on spirit and your spirituality and your belief system and all of that kind of thing is going to be very helpful to you for the month of July. I think relying on that, tapping into it, working with it, in any way, shape, or form that resonates with you, I think would be really good for you for this month. So, because of all those 7 energies coming through. Also, the 7 of Cups also denotes a little bit more of the things that you're trying to manifest or bring into your life. And we were talking earlier about a lot of what happens this month is going to be based on your attitude and your thoughts. And a lot of 7 of Cups energies will show that. They'll show you can have great things in your cup, you can have not so great things in your cups. And a lot depends on what you manifest and what you work on and what you do. And so I really feel like that's an important message for you guys, that it's really got to hit home, that you guys need to work on what matters to you and your attitude about it. The more positive you can be about things, the more believing in that things can work out and happen for you. You do have the 10 of hearts here, which is such a wonderful emotional fulfillment card. Whenever I see this card, I always think of getting the ultimate fulfillment, the ultimate wishes that you want. And by you having that, it shows that you can get that. It shows that that is available to you. So I really would like for you guys to keep that in mind and focus on that. We also have the Ace of Diamonds here, which is a Pentacle card. The Aces are great because they are new beginnings, new starts. The 10s are endings or completions of things. And then the Aces are new beginnings. And so by that being there, I really feel like this could be a new start for you. This month could be a whole new, brand new beginning. So I really like that idea. I really like that a lot. We do have the 2 of Swords here. A lot of times the 2s, whenever I see a 2, I think of coupling. I think of coming together. I think of bringing an idea to fruition. Oftentimes it often denotes decision making, or making a decision, or going from one thing to another. And that might be the case here. And for you guys, I do think it matters a lot on you guys making a decision between one path and another path, because I think that's kind of a really big focus of the month. We've got the Love and Peace charm, which is really great because we were talking about the reading being a lot of a loved one reading. We also have the White Rabbit here and the Butterfly. Butterflies are transformational energies. The White Rabbit is an unusual, childlike energy. It's taking you places you've never been before. You go down the rabbit hole and you explore whole new worlds or way of thinking of things. And so I think those two kind of go together, in that I think that this month could be a month for you to start looking at things from a different perspective, start experiencing things that maybe you hadn't experienced before, and stuff like that. So I really like that energy. We also have the Spirit Feather. And to me, that just goes along with all the 7s that we were talking about, in that Spirit is with you in this. Spirit is helping you along with this. Your spirit guides are helping you. And so latch on to that and utilize that energy, because that is available to you. It is there. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to our Oracle sphere so you can get an answer to your yes or no type of question that you have. If you're unfamiliar with how this works, basically we have 4 different stands here. We have blue, gold, purple, and green. And we have our oracle spheres with different answers on them. The answers are things like yes, no, maybe, probable, not likely, not now, things like that. There's several different answers there that can come about. And what we like for you to do is ask your question in the form of a way that you would get a yes or no type of answer to it. It's a good idea to limit the question as much as possible because it's easier to get an answer. Don't limit it so far that it can't be answered, but do try to limit it somewhat. Maybe keep the time frame in a certain time frame, or keep the focus of the question kind of narrow. And by doing that, the answers might come a little easier. But then what we do is you pick a stand for your answer to appear on, and we get our answers, and then there's your answers to your questions. So that's how this works. Some people do utilize these in other ways. They found other creative ways to do that, and if you have done so, that's awesome. That's great. You should do that, and I encourage that as well. Let's go ahead and get our answers here. The number 1 blue, whoops, went back in. Hold on. Ooh. Oh, guess that wasn't the right one. Okay, number 1 blue is not now. Number 2 gold is very likely. Number 3 purple is also very likely. And number 4 green is a yes. All right. So even the not now is not a totally negative answer in a lot of ways. It just means not right at this moment. Doesn't mean maybe no forever. So it depends on what your question was as to what kind of answers these are. But the number 1 blue is not now. The number 2 gold was very likely. The number 3 purple was very likely. And the number 4 green was yes. All right, now let's get our angel numbers. This is another kind of important part of the reading that I like to do because angels like to give us answers to things or help guide us in certain ways. And they do that through symbolism. And one of the ways that they do that is through angel numbers. And if we start seeing numbers frequently or start noticing numbers a lot of times that means that the angels are trying to communicate with us in different ways. Also, some people like to utilize these as their lucky numbers for the month. Sometimes if they pick out a certain stand, if a number comes on it, that might indicate a certain day of the month, something like that. So there's different ways you guys can utilize these. And once again, there's no right or wrong way, so it's however you would like to do it. There will be links in the description to a couple of different websites that will help you find out what each individual angel number means. That way you can find out what the specific message might be for you or what the angels would like for you to focus on, that kind of thing. So you can always follow those links, or you can just go out to the internet and type in angel number, whatever, and you'll find some answers that way. Okay, so we do have 5 stands, so this works kind of like the oracle spheres. There's gray, bronze, blue, green, and gold. So I like for you to pick at least one stand. That way you can get an angel number or specific number that the angel might be communicating with you. But if you feel compelled to pick more than one stand, you can do so because there might be messages on more than one for you. Or like I said, you can use all 5 as lucky numbers or whatever. So whatever resonates with you guys, whatever you think would work well for you. Okay, so let's get our numbers here. They're numbers 1 through 55, and we will get 5 of them. All right, so number 1, gray, is 44. Number 2, bronze, is 15. Number 3, blue, is 45. Number 4, green, is number 6. And number 5, gold, is 19. All right, so number 1, gray, is 44. Number 2, bronze, is 15. Number 3, blue, is 45. Number 4, green, is 6. And number 5, gold, is 19. So there's your angel numbers for the month. All right, guys, I really hope that you had some messages that were going to be useful to you for this month and that you can utilize and do something with, because I see exciting things coming for you. Um, some lots of new openings, lots of new beginnings, lots of awesome things that you could be manifesting. So I really hope that this resonated with you and that you could do something with it. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up. Leave us comments in the comments section. Leave a link to the video or to the channel, which would be even better, on all your different social media accounts so that your friends and family can check out the channel as well and maybe get a chance to get some messages that are useful for them. We do have lots of timeless tarot readings on the channel, so check those out. We also put out videos every week on lots of different topics, and a lot of them are timeless. So we look forward to seeing you again in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.